Hi guys, how you doing? Let me just adjust my camera. There we go. Is that better? That's better. Good morning to you. Happy Monday. I thought I'd do a different kind of video today because I know there's quite a few new people on my Facebook page and on my profile and things like that. And so I thought I would do a video just telling you how I came to be helping people with emotional and binge eating issues. So I am always really honest about how it all came to be. So when I was younger, I was born with a condition. We didn't know it at the time because I wasn't formally diagnosed until I was 30, but I've got a condition called Hirschsprung's disease, which means I'm lacking nerves in my bowel, which means I'm great to take on holiday. I can go a long time without going to the loo, but when my condition is bad, you'll see me bloat up and get a bit swollen, and when it's not so bad, you'll see me getting thinner and things like that. So I always say I'm the trainer who knows. I know about frustration. I know when the body won't do as it's told, and you're just getting really frustrated with it. So I always battled with that when I was younger and was hospitalised several times as a child even. But the condition gets worse as you get older. Now it's sorted out just a few days after birth. It's just a little plumbing job on a baby. But finding the bit that doesn't work in a baby is much easier than finding a bit that doesn't work in an adult. So I just missed the boat. Because now it's corrected at birth, so soon, in a generation or two, there'll be no adults with Hirschsprung's disease, which is brilliant. That's brilliant. And they would probably consider me to have, a mild version, even though it still disrupts my life. So I made the connection very early on between exercise and pain relief. So I was always super active as a kid, and I made this connection. And I loved my dancing. This led me to performing arts school. I went to work professionally, dancing, singing, acting, all that business, and loved every minute of it. But I was still plagued by my condition because I can change shape quite significantly to look at. And you know, that's not so good when you're doing a show. That's not so good, you know, changing shape like that and blowing up like a balloon. That's not a good look really when you've got your costumes sorted and sewed for you and everything. So I was always on a diet. I was always trying to control the situation and always trying, you know, when I was working, I was just dieting all the time. I was living on air. I was training like a lunatic. And then when I wasn't, I was with my lovely Irish family, drinking and eating and going haywire then. So there was that swing. I was either on the wagon, off the wagon, on the wagon, off the wagon, and there was that cycle that was happening. Now, as I got older, I was always looking for answers to my own problem. Yeah, and as I said, I became a personal trainer. I became a nutritionist. A holistic therapist, you name it, I did it, reflexologist, every ist you could possibly think of, I became, because I was looking for answers. I did Chinese medicine, you name it, I did it. But I was always just kind of having that swing and really struggling. And when I got to 13, I was properly diagnosed with it. The doctor said at that point, oh, you may need a colostomy, and I didn't want the colostomy. So I thought, this is it. I'm going to have to get healthy. I'm going to have to sort myself out. I'm going to have to, you know, really look after myself. And so that's when I really started trying in earnest. And it wasn't a straight line, you know. But of course, I'd moved from the performing arts. As the performing arts went down, the nutrition and the fitness went up, and I was helping more and more people in the industry. And the longer I was in the industry, the more I realised it starts in the head. And so that led me down the psychology route. Yeah, so I'm a little bit course addicted, I won't lie. I do like doing courses, a little bit course addicted. So that led me down the psychology route. Now, years ago, I would have given you a diet plan and an exercise plan and dragged you through it by the hair of your head. But now I work very differently. I go in through the head to change the programs in the mind to help the body. When we do that, it's really the food and the nutrition and the fitness, it's easy after that. It's easy then, you know. So I suppose when people come to me, they go, Anna, you don't understand. And I go, oh, but I do, you know. So I often refer to the chats that I have with ladies as my Zoom cuppers. And I enjoy them immensely. So if you do want a Zoom cuppa, just put cuppa below this video and I'll get in touch with you. And we can have a Zoom cuppa. We can have a chat about your issues and my issues and how I can help and things like that. But I work really, really differently now to how I worked years ago. And the therapies that I use work quickly. As I said, I have an amalgamation of things. I'm not typical therapies that you would maybe see out there all the time. So I'm a rapid hypnotist, which is a little bit different from a hypnotherapist. I always make the joke that I do everything quickly. BWRT, which is brain working recursive therapy, amazing at getting rid of programs that you don't want in the mind and behaviours that you don't want. Kinetic shift therapy, which again, another very quick technique. But I'm learning all the time between NLP and all the different types of therapies that are out there. There's so much, there's new stuff coming out all the time. So I've become a little bit obsessed. Ironically, through me helping others, it's helped me. So I'll give you a very funny example of that. So I was absolutely petrified of spiders when I was younger. So terrible. I'll give you an example. So my husband now, I remember the first time I went over to his house when we were dating, and I went to the loo. This is such a funny story. I went to the loo and like Miss Tuffet sat on a buffet, a spider came down the cord while I was sat there on the loo, and I went, oh my God, and I just absolutely freaked out. You got to imagine, we were just dating and he had to come in and save me, and I was sat there going, please don't look at me, please don't look at me, because I was frozen, rooted to the spot that my fear was so bad. But I've done the removal of arachnophobia on so many people now that I have no fear of spiders at all now. So ironically, when I help others, I help myself. You know, so now my office is in the cellar. I go down there, there's lots of spiders. I go, Frank, move out of the way. Brian, move to one side. I've given them names, you know. So this has helped with emotional eating. I think I was an angry eater years ago. If I got into an argument or a fight, I would angry eat, you know. I was an emotional drinker. I think I was an emotional drinker, definitely. And I don't do any of those things now. I just enjoy, you know, we're not here to take away your goodies. We're here to enjoy life and to be able to take it or leave it, to have that control switch. So I've been through the journey too, and my whole career changing from the performing arts and the dancing and everything into the fitness and the nutrition, and then eventually where I am now, everything has been born out of the search for my own answers. So at 30, I should have had a colostomy, and I'm 46 now. Still colostomy free, yeah. Still colostomy free. So the idea is you don't have to settle. I mean, everywhere, I know a lot of ladies out there, they have fibromyalgia and ME and have all kinds of different health conditions and joint issues and everything. There's always a way around it. We can find a way around it. But the biggest thing we have to find a way around is the head. And you know, and I know, if the head's not in the game, it's just not in the game, is it? And if it was just calories in, calories out, and I've had this debate many a time with many people, there'd be one diet and that'd be it. And we wouldn't need any other diet. We wouldn't need 50 million diets. We'd just have the one diet and that would be it. But it's more about where you are psychologically. Look, my brother is on. I'll have a cuppa. Me and Michael will always have a cuppa. He makes a good cuppa, does Michael, actually. So psychologically, your head has to be in the game. And when you cannot stop emotionally eating, when you can't stop binging, that's an automated program in the mind. We have millions of automated programs. We have automated programs for sleep. When we go to sleep, we don't have to go, oh, I must remember to keep my heart beating. It does it automatically. There's so many programs going on in the mind and in the body that are automated. But when you've got a behaviour or a reaction, or you're replaying a bit of PTSD, or you're replaying things from the past, they can become programs, and they can really hinder the now, and they can really hinder your choices. So I suppose today what I wanted to do was just tell you a little bit about me, about how I've ended up in this industry, how I've ended up helping people with emotional and binge eating. And I have to say, thinking of my brother Michael here that's on having a look now, I really have to thank my family, because in my family, the bigger you are, the better you are, and you're mighty and you're strong, and I was never ridiculed or anything. Always, you know, in the family, we just kind of accept our foibles, you know, and if they think you're being a prat, they'll say you're a prat. It's kind of very matter of fact kind of way of doing things. But it was okay to be different. So when I went into the dance world, when I went into the fitness world, and the trainer, that's not a size 8, you know, I went into that. If I'd not had that backing, I don't think I would have been able to say, it's all right, I'm still as fit as everyone else, I'm still as good as everyone else. So what if you take anything away from this, we're not all meant to be the same. We're not all meant to be the same height, the same shoe size, the same hair colour, the same eye colour. We're not meant to be the same shapes, but we can be the best version of ourselves. And you will know, for those people that have been following me a while, oh, I am always changing my image. Image can be changed like that, and different hair colours and different glasses and different things. I'm always wearing different stuff. But health, that's a different thing. And I always say the same thing. If you lose weight and you're skinny and miserable, I failed. I don't want you skinny and miserable. I want you happy where you are. I want the programs removed, and that's what I want. So if you fancy a cuppa, I'll have another slurp. Then I just want you to put cuppa underneath the video, and we can book in for a cuppa, and we can have a chat and put the world to rights, and I will see how I can help you. But now you know a little bit more about me. So I hope you're very well. I hope you have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.